You know, you think of the European Union, very friendly. They rip us off. It's so sad to see. It's so pathetic. 39%, we're going to charge them 20%.
What is more, there seems to be no order in the disorder, no clear path through the complexity and chaos that is being created as all U.S. trading partners are hit.
U.S. President Donald Trump described the European Union as one of America's worst trade partners as he slapped 20% tariffs on the bloc on Wednesday. Trump unveiled high tariffs on around 60 nations to mark Liberation Day in the United States. Move led to the comeback of the U.S. trade barriers that haven't been high since the Great Depression in the 1930s. In his address, Trump said that he was declaring a national emergency to impose a 10% tariff on imports from all countries. Apart from this, he imposed individualized additional tariffs on approximately 60 countries, which he believes are the worst trade offenders. For decades, our country has been looted, pillaged, raped, and plundered by nations near and far, both friend and foe alike, the president said while standing on his podium at the White House Rose Garden. Now we're going to charge the European Union. They're very tough, very, very tough traders. You know, you think of the European Union as very friendly. They rip us off. It's so sad to see. It's so pathetic, he added. We are going to charge them 20%, the president said.
European Union, they're very tough, very, very tough traders. You know, you think of the European Union, very friendly. They rip us off. It's so sad to see. It's so pathetic. 39%, we're going to charge them 20%.
U.S. President Donald Trump's announcement of a new 20% tariff on the European Union drew a sharp rebuke from European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen. The EU leader said it was a major blow to the world economy, and the consequences will be dire for millions of people. Groceries, transport, and medicines will cost more, she said. And this is hurting, in particular, the most vulnerable citizens. Von der Leyen acknowledged that the world trading system has serious deficiencies and said the EU was ready to negotiate with the U.S., but also was prepared to respond with countermeasures.
President Trump's announcement of universal tariffs on the whole world, including the European Union, is a major blow to the world economy. I deeply regret this choice. Let's be clear-eyed about the immense consequences. The global economy will massively suffer. Uncertainty will spiral and trigger the rise of further protectionism. The consequences will be dire for millions of people around the globe, also for the most vulnerable countries, which are now subject to some of the highest US tariffs, the opposite of what we wanted to achieve. The tariffs will also hurt consumers around the world. It will be felt immediately. Millions of citizens will face higher grocery bills. Medication will cost more, as well as transportation. Inflation will go up. And this is hurting in particular the most vulnerable citizens. All businesses, big and small, will suffer from day one, from greater uncertainty to the disruption of supply chains, to burdensome bureaucracy. The costs of doing business with the United States will drastically increase. And what is more, there seems to be no order in the disorder, no clear path through the complexity and chaos that is being created as all U.S. trading partners are hit. In the past 80 years, trade between the European Union and the United States has created millions of jobs. Consumers across the Atlantic have benefited from reduced prices. Businesses have benefited from huge opportunities, leading to unprecedented growth and prosperity. And at the same time, we know that the global trading system has serious deficiencies. I agree with President Trump that others are taking unfair advantage of the current rules. And I'm ready to support any efforts to make the global trading system fit for the realities of the global economy. But I also want to be clear. Reaching for tariffs as your first and last tool will not fix it. This is why, from the outset, we have always been ready to negotiate with the United States to remove the remaining barriers to transatlantic trade. At the same time, we are prepared to respond.